Back everyone. Today we're doing a complete deep dive into Rosewe.com, and I'm going to answer the question that everyone's been asking. Is Rosewe legit or is it a scam? We're going to look at everything from what they offer, their product quality, real customer reviews, and give you a final verdict on whether you should trust this website with your money. So let's get started. First things first, what exactly is Rosewe? Rosewe is an online fashion retailer that specializes in women's clothing and accessories. The website positions itself as a destination for trendy, affordable fashion that caters to women of all ages and sizes. When you first land on their homepage, you're immediately greeted with images of stylish dresses, tops, bottoms, swimwear, and accessories. The site has a clean, modern design with a white background and easy-to-navigate categories. Rosewe claims to offer fashion-forward pieces at competitive prices, with new arrivals being added regularly to keep up with the latest trends. The company appears to target women who want to look fashionable without breaking the bank. Their product range is extensive, covering everything from casual everyday wear to special occasion dresses, plus-size options, and seasonal collections. The website showcases a lot of floral prints, bodycon dresses, maxi dresses, swimwear, and contemporary casual wear. Price points generally range from around $15 for basic tops to around $60 or $70 for more elaborate dresses, which positions them in the budget to mid-range affordable fashion category. Now let's talk about what Rosewe actually offers in terms of product categories. When you navigate through their main menu, you'll find several key sections. First up is the New In section, which is prominently displayed and updated frequently with their latest inventory. This section typically features their newest styles and trending items. Then you have the main clothing categories, which include dresses, and this is clearly one of their biggest sections. They have subcategories for maxi dresses, bodycon dresses, casual dresses, print dresses, plus-size dresses, and more. The dress selection is truly massive, with hundreds if not thousands of options. Moving on, they have a dedicated tops section featuring blouses, t-shirts, tunics, and various styles of shirts. The bottoms category includes pants, leggings, skirts, shorts, and jeans. They also have a swimwear section which gets promoted heavily during summer months, featuring bikinis, one-pieces, and cover-ups. There's an outerwear section with coats, jackets, and cardigans. Accessories are another category, though it's smaller compared to their clothing selection, featuring items like bags, jewelry, and scarves. They also have a plus-size section, which is worth noting as not all budget fashion retailers cater to extended sizes. This section mirrors the main categories, but with sizing options that go up to larger sizes. The website also promotes sales and clearance sections quite prominently, where you can find discounted items. They frequently run promotions, with banners advertising percentage discounts or special deals. Now let's dive into some of the important pages you need to know about when shopping on Rosewe. The About Us page provides some background on the company, though admittedly it's fairly generic. They describe themselves as a fast fashion retailer committed to providing quality products at affordable prices. They mention their global reach and claim to serve customers worldwide. However, the About Us page doesn't provide extensive detail about the company's history or founding story, which is somewhat common with these types of online retailers. The shipping information page is crucial to review before making a purchase. Rosewe offers several shipping options, with varying delivery times and costs. Standard shipping typically takes 15 to 25 business days, while expedited shipping options are available for faster delivery at additional cost. They ship to numerous countries worldwide. It's important to note that because they appear to ship from overseas, likely from China or Asia, the shipping times are longer than what you might expect from domestic retailers. This is actually pretty standard for budget fashion websites sourcing products from overseas manufacturers. The return policy page is another critical one to examine. Rosewe does accept returns, but there are specific conditions. Items must be returned within 30 days of delivery, unworn, unwashed, and with all original tags attached. Customers are typically responsible for return shipping costs unless the item is defective or incorrect. The return process requires contacting customer service first to obtain a return authorization. Some customers have reported that the return process can be somewhat cumbersome, which is something to be aware of. Sale items and certain product categories may have different return policies or be final sale. The size guide page is extremely important when ordering from Rosewe. Like many overseas fashion retailers, their sizing can run differently than standard U.S. sizing. They provide detailed measurement charts for different product categories, and many customer reviews mention that items can run small or have inconsistent sizing. The general recommendation is to carefully check the measurements provided for each specific item rather than just ordering your usual size. Many reviewers suggest sizing up, particularly for fitted items. The customer service or contact us page provides ways to reach their support team. They offer email support and have a contact form on the website. Some users report that response times can vary, with some getting quick replies within a day or two, while others mention waiting longer for responses. They also have a FAQ section that covers common questions about ordering, shipping, returns, and payments. The payment page outlines their accepted payment methods, which typically include major credit cards, PayPal, and sometimes other payment options. The checkout process uses secure payment processing, and they mention SSL encryption for protecting customer data. It's worth noting that many customers feel more comfortable using PayPal for purchases from overseas retailers as it offers additional buyer protection. Now let's do a detailed review of their product pages, because this is where you'll spend most of your time when shopping. When you click on any product, you're taken to a detailed product page with multiple components. At the top, you'll see the product name and price, often with a comparison showing the original price crossed out and a sale price, creating that sense of getting a deal. There's typically a series of product photos showing the item from different angles. These photos usually feature models wearing the clothing in various poses and settings. One thing that's important to note about the product images is that they're professionally shot with good lighting and styling, which is standard for e-commerce, but can sometimes create unrealistic expectations about how the item will look in real life. Many customer reviews mention that items can look different from the photos, either in terms of color, fabric quality, or fit. This is something to keep in mind when browsing. Below the images, you'll find size options with a drop-down menu. As mentioned earlier, they provide a size chart link right on the product page, which you should definitely consult. There's also a color selection if the item comes in multiple colors. The product description section provides details about the item, though these descriptions can sometimes be brief or have slightly awkward translations, which is fairly common with international retailers. They'll mention fabric composition, which is useful information, though the exact fabric content can vary. Customer reviews are displayed on product pages, which is a positive feature. You can read reviews from other buyers, see ratings, and often view customer photos. These customer photos are incredibly valuable because they show how the items actually look on real people in normal lighting conditions, as opposed to professional model shots. Many times you'll notice differences between the professional photos and customer photos in terms of how the fabric drapes, the actual color, or the overall quality of construction. The product pages also show you similar or related items, encouraging you to browse more products. There's an add to cart button and often a wish list feature to save items for later. Some product pages will have specific promotional banners or codes applicable to that item or category. Now let's talk about the overall website review and user experience. The Rosewe website itself is reasonably well designed and functional. The navigation is straightforward with clear category menus. The search function works adequately, allowing you to find specific items or browse by keyword. The site loads at a decent speed, and the layout is clean without being too cluttered, though there are definitely promotional banners and sale notifications throughout. The mobile experience is also worth mentioning, as many people shop on their phones these days. Rosewe's mobile site is responsive and generally works well on smartphones and tablets. The images scale appropriately, and the checkout process is mobile-friendly. They also have a mobile app available for both iOS and Android devices. One aspect of the website that some users find slightly annoying is the frequency of pop-ups. You'll often encounter pop-ups offering discount codes for first-time shoppers or email newsletter subscriptions. While these can provide savings, The pop-ups can be a bit aggressive at times. There are also notification prompts asking you to allow notifications, which is another common e-commerce tactic. The overall shopping experience on the site is similar to many other online fashion retailers. You browse through extensive product galleries, add items to your cart, and proceed to checkout. The checkout process requires creating an account or checking out as a guest. You'll enter shipping and payment information, review your order, and complete the purchase. Order confirmation emails are sent, and you can track your order through your account dashboard. Now here's where things get really interesting. Let's look at what real customers are saying about Rosewe on Reddit and other platforms. Reddit is often a great place to find unfiltered opinions because users aren't incentivized to leave fake reviews. When you search for Rosewe discussions on Reddit, you'll find a mixed bag of experiences. On various subreddit communities related to fashion, online shopping, and fashion advice, Rosewe gets mentioned periodically. Some Reddit users report positive experiences with Rosewe. They mention receiving items that match their expectations in terms of style and appreciated the affordable prices. Several users have posted that they successfully ordered from Rosewe, received their items within the expected time frame, and were satisfied with the quality relative to the price point. These positive reviewers often emphasize that you have to have realistic expectations. You're not getting luxury quality at these prices, but you can get decent trendy pieces for casual wear. However, there are also critical reviews on Reddit. Common complaints include longer than expected shipping times, even within the stated delivery window. Some users mention that items can take a month or more to arrive, which requires patience. There are reports of sizing inconsistencies, with multiple users warning others to carefully check measurements, because items often run small or fit differently than expected based on standard sizing. Some Reddit users have shared that they had to return items, and the return process was more complicated or time-consuming than they would have liked. Quality concerns are another recurring theme in Reddit discussions. Some users report that while some items were surprisingly good quality for the price, others were disappointing with thin fabrics, poor stitching, or materials that don't hold up well after washing. There are mentions of colors looking different in person compared to website photos, which is a common issue with online clothing shopping in general, but seems to be mentioned more frequently with budget retailers. The general consensus on Reddit seems to be that Rosewe is a legitimate company that will actually send you products, so it's not a complete scam in the sense that they'll take your money and disappear. However, it's a bit of a gamble in terms of whether you'll be happy with what you receive. Many Reddit users suggest treating it like similar budget fashion sites. Expect long shipping, be prepared for potential quality issues, carefully check sizing, and don't order anything you need immediately or for a special occasion. Now let's move on to Trustpilot, which is a major review platform where customers can leave detailed feedback. Trustpilot reviews for Rosewe present another piece of the puzzle. At the time of research, Rosewe has hundreds of reviews on Trustpilot with a mixed rating. The score tends to hover in the middle range, which indicates a split between satisfied and dissatisfied customers. Looking at the positive Trustpilot reviews, satisfied customers praise several aspects. Many mention finding cute, trendy styles at affordable prices. Some reviewers specifically call out certain product categories, like dresses or swimwear, as being good quality for the price. There are customers who report smooth transactions, timely shipping within the stated time frame, and items that match the website descriptions. Some plus-size customers appreciate the extended size range and report good experiences with fit and quality. A number of reviewers mention good customer service experiences when they had questions or issues. On the flip side, negative Trustpilot reviews highlight several recurring problems. Shipping and delivery issues are frequently mentioned, with some customers reporting very long wait times, lost packages, or delayed orders. Quality complaints are common, with reviewers describing items as cheaply made, thin fabric, poor stitching, or materials that feel synthetic or uncomfortable. Sizing remains a major issue, with many one-star reviews from customers who received items that didn't fit despite following the size chart, or items that were significantly smaller than expected. Return and refund issues generate significant negative feedback. Some customers report difficulty initiating returns, long waits for refunds, or disputes over return shipping costs. There are complaints about customer service being slow to respond or unhelpful in resolving issues. Some reviewers mentioned that colors, prints, or overall appearance of items didn't match the website photos, leading to disappointment upon receiving the order. A pattern that emerges from Trustpilot reviews is that customer experiences can vary significantly. Some people have multiple positive orders with no issues, while others have terrible experiences with their first purchase. This inconsistency seems to be a characteristic of this type of budget online retailer. Product quality can vary between different items even in the same order, and customer service response seems to depend on the specific representative you connect with and the nature of your issue. One thing that's worth noting from Trustpilot is that Rosewe does respond to reviews, both positive and negative. They typically thank customers for positive feedback and attempt to address negative reviews by apologizing and offering to help resolve issues. This level of engagement is a positive sign that there's an actual company behind the website trying to maintain their reputation, even if the execution isn't always perfect. Looking at other review platforms and sources beyond Reddit and Trustpilot, we find similar patterns. On fashion forums and blog reviews, the general sentiment is consistent. Rosewe is a legitimate business that actually delivers products, but quality and satisfaction are inconsistent. Many fashion bloggers who review budget clothing sites have tried Rosewe and typically conclude that it's hit or miss. Some items from their orders are surprisingly good, while others are disappointing. YouTube reviews of Rosewe, particularly haul videos, where people show what they ordered versus what they received, are quite telling. These videos often show a mix of reactions. Some items look great and match expectations, while others clearly don't match the website photos or feel cheap in person. These visual reviews are valuable because you can actually see the products rather than just reading descriptions. Social media sentiment on platforms like Instagram and Facebook shows that Rosewe does have a customer base that shops there regularly and shares their finds. However, there are also warning posts and comments from dissatisfied customers. The company runs social media advertising, which is how many people discover them. But the comments on these ads are often mixed with both interested shoppers and people warning others based on their negative experiences. So now let's get to the final verdict. Is Rosewe legit or is it a scam? Based on all the evidence we've gathered from the website itself, customer reviews on multiple platforms, and various online discussions, here's the conclusion. Rosewe is a legitimate online retailer in the sense that it's a real company that will actually send you products if you order from them. It is not a scam in the traditional sense, where they take your money and never send anything or steal your credit card information. They have secure payment processing, they ship actual products, and they do have a functioning customer service team. However, and this is important, being legitimate doesn't necessarily mean it's a great shopping experience or that you'll be satisfied with your purchase. Rosewe operates in the fast fashion, budget online retail space, which comes with certain characteristics and trade-offs. The quality is inconsistent. Some items punch above their weight and provide good value, while others are disappointing and feel cheaply made. This inconsistency seems to be one of the defining features of shopping with Rosewe. The long shipping times are real and should be expected. If you order from Rosewe, you need to be prepared to wait several weeks for your items to arrive. This is not a good option if you need something quickly or for a specific event. The shipping duration is comparable to other overseas budget fashion retailers and is a result of where the products are being shipped from. Sizing is genuinely problematic and requires careful attention. You absolutely must check the specific measurements provided for each item rather than relying on your usual size. Even then, there's no guarantee of a perfect fit, and many customers report items running small. If you're between sizes, sizing up is generally the safer choice. Be prepared for the possibility that items won't fit, and you may need to deal with returns. The return process is functional but not as smooth or easy as returning items to major domestic retailers. You'll need to contact customer service, cover return shipping costs in most cases, and wait for processing. This adds friction to the shopping experience and is something to consider before ordering. Customer service quality appears to be variable. Some people report good experiences, while others find it frustrating. Response times can be slow, and resolution of issues may require persistence. The bottom line recommendation is this: if you're looking for inexpensive, trendy fashion pieces, and you're willing to accept the trade-offs of long shipping times, inconsistent quality, potential sizing issues, and a more complicated return process, then Rosewe can be worth trying. It's best approached with realistic expectations and a bit of caution. Maybe start with a small order of 1 or 2 items to test the waters before placing a larger order. Rosewe is probably not the best choice if you need reliable quality, consistent sizing, fast shipping, or hassle-free returns. It's not ideal for purchasing items for specific occasions or events where you need to be certain about fit and quality. And if you're someone who gets frustrated by shipping delays or the possibility of disappointment, you might want to consider other retailers with better track records for consistency. Use a secure payment method like PayPal when ordering, which provides additional buyer protection. Carefully read product reviews and look at customer photos before purchasing specific items. Don't just rely on the professional model photos. Always check measurements and size charts for each individual item you're considering. Be prepared to potentially need to return items, and factor that into your decision about whether the low prices are worth the hassle. Consider Rosewe as a gamble where sometimes you'll win with a great piece at a great price, and sometimes you'll lose with a disappointing item. If you're okay with that uncertainty and aren't relying on any single purchase to be perfect, then it can be a source of affordable trendy fashion. Many customers who shop at Rosewe regularly have learned which types of items tend to be better quality, such as looser fitting styles over bodycon, and they've calibrated their expectations accordingly. So final answer: Rosewe is legit, but shop with caution and realistic expectations. It's a real company that delivers real products, but the experience and quality are inconsistent. Do your research on specific items, protect yourself with secure payment methods, and go in with eyes wide open about the potential downsides. For some shoppers, particularly those who enjoy affordable fashion and don't mind the occasional miss, Rosewe can be a decent option. For others who prioritize consistency, quality, and customer service, there are probably better alternatives worth exploring. That wraps up our comprehensive review of Rosewe. Hopefully this has given you all the information you need to decide whether shopping there is right for you. The key takeaway is that it's legitimate but imperfect, and your satisfaction will largely depend on your expectations and tolerance for the inconsistencies that come with budget online fashion shopping. If you found this review helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more honest reviews of online shopping sites. Thanks for watching, and happy shopping.